One of my favorite category in perfumery is aquatic fragrances. Therefore, in today's video, I'm going to talk about aquatic fragrances, and I'm going to show you a bunch of perfumes that are from this category and which I consider to be really great. Also, you might be surprised about some fragrances missing from my list, but I owned those fragrances, didn't quite really enjoy them that much, therefore they are no longer a part of my collection. Let's start with the first entry, which is a very simplistic fragrance. It's concentrated on the violet note, and it's coming from 8 and Bob. And it's this little bad boy called Cap d'Antibes. And in this one, it's all about the violet, but done in a very beautiful aquatic way. This is a very good fragrance for summertime. This is a very good fragrance for warm weather. Great for the end of spring, for summertime, and also for, let's say, the first half of fall. Very nice smelling, very clean, very uplifting, very unisex also. Good performance and quite versatile. This is very good as an office scent, for example. 8 and Bob Cap d'Antibes is my first entry in this list of aquatic fragrances. The next one comes from the house of Virtus, and this is more of a aromatic aquatic, mainly because you have a lot of greenery inside this one, especially fennel, if I'm not mistaken. This is Eau de Cyan. Incredible stuff. Just like every other fragrance from this house, this is very strong, this is very potent, and it basically replicates the color of the juice inside the bottle. This smells aquatic, but not like you are in the water, in the sea, more like you are near the sea. I don't know, hiding from the sun in the shades in a very beautiful forest. Made out of pine trees, made out of, I don't know, cypress and whatnot. Bushes. This is how Eau de Cyan from Virtus smells. This is a manly fragrance. I wouldn't see a female wearing this one. Incredible performance, highly appreciated, and very good, especially in hot summer time. Next entry comes from the house of Nichanet, and this is Colonies, which is actually one of my favorite fragrances from this house, together with its brother, Safran Colonies. And this is a very interesting aquatic, mainly because it's based on a Turkish tradition. That is the tradition of welcoming your guests into your house with a bowl of water and lemon, so that your guests can wash their hands. Therefore, this is basically what you're going to get with Colonies, and it smells amazing. This is very good in hot summertime. The only thing that I don't really like about this fragrance is the projection, actually. But thankfully, there is Safran Colonies, which fixes this issue. But in terms of longevity, in terms of sillage, this is actually quite great. I only would have preferred it to project a lot better. Otherwise, a top-notch fragrance, highly recommended, extremely well suited for office environments also. Although it's considered to be a unisex frag, I actually consider this one to be masculine. And my second entry from the house of Nichanet is this one called Ege, or Ege, or Ailao, or whatever you want to call it, which is actually again a aquatic aromatic type of fragrance, mainly because you have basil in this one. But also, to me, and I've said this many years ago, this one smells to me as a niche offering from Nichanet of a very well-known fragrance from Nautica called Voyage. Why? Because somewhere in the middle of this fragrance, I can actually smell the cucumber that you get with Nautica Voyage. But this is better quality, better performance, and of course, a higher price range. Still a great fragrance for warm weather and also very good for hot summer days. This is, I would say, a summer vacation type of fragrance. Again, to me, this is masculine, not unisex, not female leaning. You gotta love the basil inside. Very good performance, very long lasting, very good projection, and also very good sillage. Nichanet Ege. Next one in this list comes from the house of Zhezhov, and although this isn't really considered a aquatic fragrance, I get the sweet water accord in this one, and I get it very strong. This has been the case with this fragrance on my skin for many years already. I also have its flanker, but the fragrance that I'm talking about is this one, Mephisto. This resembles a lot with the next fragrance, Silver Mountain Water from Creed. But to me, and especially on me, this is a lot better, in terms of performance at least. Better longevity, better projection, and better sillage. Also, I do find this one to be more robust, to be the better one in terms of quality compared to Creed Silver Mountain Water. Great all year round type of fragrance, very good for office environments and I don't know, small rooms, long lasting and very, very nice. Next one up, as I said, Creed Silver Mountain Water. Basically the same thing as Mephisto from GaVo, and if you want, even Mephisto Gentiluomo, which to me doesn't really differ that much to the original Mephisto, but let's say toned down a bit. This is what Silver Mountain Water to me actually feels like. The same type of freshwater accord, but dialed down one step compared to what, I don't know, GaVo in this case offers. Nonetheless, a very beautiful fragrance, nonetheless, high quality fragrance, nonetheless, I do get good performance overall with this one. Just that, not that better compared to GaVo. Creed Silver Mountain Water. Next entry in this list, a discontinued fragrance from the house of Mugler, from the Les Exceptions collection. This is Aquatic. Again, a green marine aromatic type of scent. Somewhat in the veins of Eau de Cyan. So basically this is what Aquatic does, but in a very minimalistic way. Therefore, if you love minimalistic perfumery, you're gonna definitely love what Aquatic does. It's green, but at the same time, it's salty, it's azotic, you get the marine vibe, and it does perform quite good. Very good for summertime, especially summertime. Next entry in this list comes from the house of Arte Profumi, and this is one of the most interesting aquatics that I ever sniffed. It's called Amare. And the main ingredient in this one is of course the aquatic accord, but combined with a very zesty, effervescent and refreshing ginger note. This is what Amare is all about. Very airy, very refreshing, very uplifting, quite unisex but leaning to the masculine side of things for me. Highly appreciate this fragrance, especially during summertime. I simply love to sniff it and also to wear it in summertime. Very good performance, not a monster by any means, but still very good performance. Sits a bit closer to the skin, so in terms of projection, it's the same league with Aquatic or with Creed Silver Mountain Water, but that's not a bad thing. Again, very good for office environments. Amare from Arte Profumi. Let's go to the next one. And the next aquatic fragrance that I'm going to talk about is actually my favorite aquatic fragrance. This is from the house of Tower, and it's called Phthalo Blue. The incredible Stormy Sea, because this is how I like to call this one. Amazing, amazing scent, amazing aquatic fragrance, if you want. Simply outstanding. This is a masterpiece, in my book at least. Incredible performance. This is a nuclear type of fragrance. Projects like crazy, leaves a huge scent trail, incredible longevity, and the scent is simply to die for. Just imagine a very stormy sea. This is what Phthalo Blue is all about. Incredible. The next one, something almost in the same veins as Phthalo Blue, and this is actually on the same spot with Phthalo Blue in my preferences, if you want. Black Sea from Lorenzo Pazzaglia. Another stunning aquatic marine scent. Incredibly powerful, incredibly long-lasting, incredibly masculine, very refreshing, again, energizing, and again, it's about a stormy sea, a dark, stormy sea. Simply love this stuff, together with Phthalo Blue, and together with my next entry, which is this one. And this comes from Regalien, and it's called Turquoise. This is, as I said it previously, the better version of Megamare from Orto Parisi. And Megamare is one of those fragrances that I had in my collection. I do consider it to be one of the best aquatic fragrances ever created. But Regalien, and in this case Turquoise, is the better version of that one. This is better blended. This is higher quality, and it lacks the harshness that Mega Mare has, because I was getting this feeling of harshness with Mega Mare. This one feels better rounded. It's more robust, if you want. It's of higher quality, at least on me and to me. Simply love this stuff. Incredible performance, no matter we are talking about longevity, projection, or sillage. Very good in summertime, in extreme heat, but also really good in moderate and even cooler weather. Simply love it. Turquoise from Regalien. Next entering this list comes from the house of Acro. And a short disclaimer. This isn't a aquatic fragrance per se, but you need to take into account that it might be mainly because of the way it smells. I'm talking about this beast, this monster called malt. Olivier Cresp created a very unique fragrance when he created malt. This smells like a fisherman's bar near the sea. Whiskey, leather, salty, oxalic, woody, you name it. It smells like a fisherman's bar. That's what I get every single time with this one. It's very strange, it's very unique, it's very challenging, it's very creative, but it's simply stunning. You cannot get away from that marine scent that it gives you, that oxalic, salty feeling that you get from malt. Although this, as I said, is mainly a boozy, leathery type of fragrance. But due to the seaweed accord inside, you can actually consider this one to be also a marine aquatic. Very, very powerful stuff, incredible performance, very manly, first and foremost. Next entry in this list comes from the house of Agato, and it's called Sileno. Again, a green aromatic take on the aquatic genre. Love it. Beautiful, powerful, masculine, elegant, and very good performing also. If you like this type of fragrances, this type of aquatic scents, then I highly recommend you to try out Agato Sileno. Very good fragrance. In the same veins as Sileno and also Eau de Cyan from Vertus comes this one from Amorud called Whetstone. Again, a very green take on the aquatic genre, very aromatic. Actually, this one is the most aromatic out of this list, and this is why I don't appreciate Whetstone. I wanted to feel a lot more the aquatic notes, the aquatic accord, but unfortunately, ever since I bought it, ever since I tried it for the first time, it simply didn't work on my skin. On other people, yeah, as always, it works, but on me, it didn't. That's why it's my least favorite in this list, and I wear it occasionally, not too many times during a year. Next entry, we are going back to the aquatic, the sweet water accord. Nobile 1942 Aqua Nobile. Believe it or not, this fragrance does not contain any single aquatic note. Nonetheless, the perfumer, the house behind Nobile 1942 from Parma, Italy, decided that they want to make an experiment and try to recreate water through various notes. And I would say that actually they did it. Very interesting stuff, very, let's say, airy if you want, but nonetheless refreshing and very versatile to wear, with also very good performance. Aqua Nobile from Nobile 1942. Let's go to the house of Theodoros Kalotinis, and there can be only one from this house. This is Aegean Salt and Citrus. If you want to know how the Aegean Sea smells, this is the fragrance that you need. I simply love this house. It's a very affordable niche house from Greece, but with incredible compositions, with incredible quality, considering the price. You pay 45 euros for a 50 ml bottle, such as this one, which in my book is a steal. But imagine, especially those of you that visited Tassos in Greece. Imagine you are on Tassos, It's morning, the sun is rising up, you are getting ready to spend the day at the beach and whatnot. You are sitting somewhere in the shades of the cypresses or the pines, and you also feel the breeze coming from the sea. This is how Aegean salt and citrus actually smells, like Tassos Island in the morning when the sun is getting up. Super interesting, very creative, high quality ingredients, and very good performance for a fragrance in which the grapefruit note shines. Aegean salt and citrus. My next entry comes from the house of Bois 1920. And it's this one, this beauty, where again we have citruses, but also you can sense some very interesting aquatic accords. This is Agrumi Amari di Sicilia. Very, very beautiful summertime fragrance. Very uplifting, very refreshing, very energizing, yet not so dense, not so, let's say, heavy, which makes it also very versatile. And you can actually wear this one, because I even wore it during winter time, for example, and I had no issues with the performance or the smell. But during summertime, this is one of my go-to fragrances, especially when I live on holiday. Bois 1920, Agrumi Amari di Sicilia. It's all about citruses. Grapefruit again, it's one of the main accords, combined with bergamot. Really, really beautiful stuff. My next entry in this list comes from the house of Bond number 9. This is my favorite summer scent. Yeah. Again, Fire Island. This stuff works magic on my skin. Does wonders. Extremely powerful. Very, very good performing. This is nuclear stuff actually on my skin. Although this isn't per se an aquatic fragrance, you get that beach vibe, which is very intense, very present with Fire Island. You have neroli actually in this one. It is a bit soapy, but not overly soapy. You also get skin accord. You might also get a sun lotion type of feeling, but actually, to be honest with you, on my skin, I never got it. This is very clean and very refreshing. Fire Island from Bond number 9. And the last one comes from the house of Montal. And it's one very underrated fragrance from this house, but very salty, very aquatic, very powerful. I'm talking about Embrunz de Sauira. Yeah, this is powerful stuff. Maybe not the greatest in terms of quality of the ingredients, but still, this is great. Actually, I do call this one the salt bomb, because it's the saltiest fragrance that I ever sniffed. It's extremely salty, at least on me. Very good performance, very strong. You get the seaweed also combined with the saltiness, with the breeziness, if you want. Imagine that this is a sea after a huge storm. This is what Embrunz de Sauira feels to me every single time. This does it. I've reached the end of this video, of this list. These are my picks. These are my fragrances that I know all too well because I've been using them for many years, so I'm very familiarized with them. These are fragrances that I recommend to you, but only for testing purpose. Buy a small decant, buy a small sample, wear it a couple of times on your own skin, see how it smells, how it performs, if you like it, and only afterwards decide if you want or not to buy it. The decision is only yours, nobody else's. It's your money, you decide how to spend it. I'm gonna stop here, I'm gonna see you in the next one, and as always, my friends, I'm gonna wish you be safe, be good. Peace.